Hello and welcome everyone to our 20th episode of The Little Inside. My name is, as you might have guessed, still Tobi, and this week we are going to have a look at the topic of uncreating the mess that we usually tend to create. So let's get started right after the intro. If we are taking a look at this world filled with so many living beings, then you can clearly see that we are all very, very busy day in, day out, even in the night, in our dreams. Very, very busy, always doing a lot of things. One might actually wonder why. What is all this doing actually supposed to do? Where is it supposed to get us? Will there ever be an end to all this frantic doing in the world? To all this creating, all this fabricating, concocting things? Now, if you look at yourself in your own life experience, then you will notice that you have surely done a lot. You have created a lot already. Depending on your age, then you will notice that there's so much stuff that was going on in your life. And you're still busy doing. Most probably you still have plans, you still try to get somewhere, still try to become a certain someone that has certain somethings. There's all these kind of doings are still going on. So we can learn from that doing itself, it leads to more doing. Creating something leads to the need of creating more. Fabricating something leads to more fabricating. Anger leads to more anger. Emotions lead to more emotions. Thoughts lead to more thoughts. We can see quite clearly here that our actual goal, namely to be happier through our doing, is not accomplished. We're just doing a lot, creating a lot, but the happiness levels are kind of remaining the same, going up, going down sometimes, not really increasing over the centuries, over the millennia. The level of experience of human peace and happiness and well-being internally in the mind, I don't really see much progress in that. We're still busy creating conflicts. We're still busy creating problems for ourselves. If you look at most deaths or most problems that are caused on this world are not caused through natural catastrophes or outer kind of external influences from aliens or whatnot. They're caused through us. They're caused by us as human beings. We are the greatest threat to ourselves, actually. Through all our incessant doing, our constant wanting, our constant desiring, it doesn't really lead anywhere that is very constructive. Sure, some of you might say, well, we have created airplanes and allows us to travel around the globe and to get to know other cultures. We have smartphones. We can communicate with each other over great distance very easily nowadays, all over the world and so forth. Isn't this a great creation, a great achievement? Well, you can say yes and no. It's surely there are great achievements and great creations on the level of being more healthy, living longer lives, having a better standard of living, better life quality, and so forth. But at the same time, there's equally as much trouble going on coming from all these new inventions. You have all the pollutions in the oceans, all the plastic that we have created is now swimming in our oceans. We have all these great inventions, but constructing them, building them creates so much waste, so much toxic substances are released into the environment. So yes, I would say that all the doing Sure, it leads to some good things happening, but there's always also at the same time a downside. The way I'd like to illustrate that would be by, again, using our posture, our current sitting posture as an example. We're sitting right here, right now, feeling the body, and you will notice the longer you sit in that posture, the more the pain will grow, and eventually the pain reaches a threshold that leads to changing our posture. And we change our posture and end up in another posture. Let's say just doing it like this. Now I'm sitting a little bit more comfortable, maybe leaning over. Then I wait a little bit in this posture. And after a while, I notice how that leads to a different kind of pain in the body, and that will reach its threshold and make me change yet again. So life, all our doing, all our efforts, all the stuff we create is precisely like that. Like we can change our physical posture as many times as we want to, we always end up with the same kind of experience of being unsatisfied with the way it is. So we need more creations, more doing. So I'm illustrating it like this for you to see that doing is okay. It's part of the way the world spins. It's part of being a human. But being consumed and feeling that doing is eventually leading us to a happy end, to a sort of nice kind of existence where there is no more further requirements and we are all totally satisfied and happy, that is an illusionary thought. It is not actually the thought that is based on any reality whatsoever. But very often, if you notice, that's precisely the attitude that we have towards our doing. Wow, once I get this done, then I can enjoy myself. Or once I get this new position, then I can enjoy my life. Once I get into this new relationship, then finally I can really fulfill myself and do everything that I want to do. And if I only had a bank account that was more full, then I could really enjoy myself. And it's that kind of thinking. We feel that at the end of all the doing, there is some sort of happiness waiting for us. But it's always remaining this kind of elusive happiness. We never really seem to get there. And if we get there, it's only for a short moment, like when you change your posture. It's a short moment of pleasure or relief, quickly changing back into a different type of problem. Contemplate this well to understand that doing alone cannot be the answer. Creating alone cannot be the answer to humanity's problems. Skillful actions, unskillful actions, those actions that are leading to more happiness, both for yourself and others, that are improving our life circumstances, both for yourself and others, called skillful actions. They come from skillful intention. If you have a skillful intention, such as the intention of kindness, the intention of compassion, then happiness will grow all around you. You will lead a relatively good life, and people around you will live in peace, happy, and free from fear. They don't have to worry about you doing anything evil because you are leading a skillful life. That is perfect. So leading a skillful life as good as we can depends on the way we are aware of our intention, the way we are cultivating skillful or positive intentions in our life. That is something that is normal, that we all should cultivate, and that is fundamentally good. At the same time, we should also avoid creating what is harmful, what is negative, what is cause of fear, cause of disturbance both within ourselves and others. Also that is very skillful. So this is just basic stuff about life. This is, you could say, the ABC of human interaction. But there is a third way of approaching life, and it is not through doing or creating. It is actually through being. Right? We are called, as it's often said, we are called a human being for a reason. We are being right here, right now. Can you feel this sense of beingness, your sense of being here, the sense of presence, if you will. Can you relax into that? Most of the time we are so consumed by creating and doing that we completely forget the aspect of being, the aspect of release, of letting go, of relaxing. I'm not saying that all doing is bad and that we should abandon all doing and should only be all the time. That's not what I'm saying at all. In the realm of doing, we should cultivate what leads to happiness and abandon what leads to suffering. But there is another realm altogether, the realm of being, of presence, of awareness, wakefulness, mindfulness. And this is the realm in which you could actually find rest and peace. And in a funny way, this is not anything that you have to create. Peace is at the very fundamental nature of your being. And peace arises as soon as we get out of this incessant state of doing and creating and trying and struggling, and we come to resting, arriving, being, opening up to the way it is. And to be honest, I think most people are completely neglecting that aspect of their life. And bringing in more of that aspect surely will help you to feel more relaxed, more peaceful, and to share more constructively your positive doings with other beings. But if our mind is continuously just only doing and creating, we are not going anywhere. We are basically turning around in circles, like someone that is lost in a forest. We're turning around and around and around, never really getting anywhere. Look at human history. There are still wars. People are still fighting each other. Weapons have become so terrifying and so powerful that we are even scared to use them. This is not a sign of great wisdom or intelligence, really. It might be a sign of great cleverness, but not really of, something constructive. It doesn't come from a constructive and positive human side. It comes from a very negative, very dark, fearful kind of side. And so it creates all these kind of unwanted, powerful problems in this world, and that are completely unnecessary on top of that. So that comes because we never learn that there is something else. Not only doing, there's something else too, which is being, which is relaxing into your truth in this very moment. The way it is, making peace with the way it is, making friends with the way it is. Relaxing, being cool about the way it is. This is an art that we should learn to cultivate if we would like to live peaceful and happy lives. If we would like to continue living our life with ups and downs and no fundamental change in that, then well, just continue living your life without awareness, without consciousness, then that's just that. But if you have honest interest in leading a more fulfilling, more happy and more peaceful life, we cannot neglect being. We cannot neglect the power of present moment awareness, of mindfulness, of actually arriving in this moment and seeing how is it. And then we discover it is like this, and we can make peace with it. If we learn the art of relaxing into this openness of being, then you will quickly discover that all the created stuff is uncreating itself within that state. Whether it is your thoughts that are fabricating stories and fabricating opinions, viewpoints about yourself, or emotions that are creating upheaval in your mind, in your heart, or if it is your neighbors being noisy, or whatever it is, it melts in this openness. Because there is no resistance to the way it is. Everything finds peace in it. You could say that the mind, the conditioned mind, liberates itself within your presence, within your peace. Within that, what is uncreated within yourself. What is not doing anything. What is not trying anything. Can you discover that right now? Can you feel that right now? Can you tap into that right now? That aspect of yourself right now that doesn't get anywhere, that doesn't need anything, that is just simply here. Can you feel this sense of presence? Can you relax into it? Can you let go of all the content of your life for a little while, all the story, your future, your past, who you think you are? Can you let go of that for a little moment and just be? And allow that state to disentangle all the mess, all the thicket of thoughts and views and emotions. Allow that all to settle down within the space of your being and find some real peace, a real center in which you can rest. Now this completes the 20th episode of The Little Insight. I hope again that my little reflection was in some way useful or inspiring for you. If you do have any questions, just write them down in the comment section below or let me know by sending me an email. I hope you guys will all have a great upcoming week, and I'm looking forward to see you again next Wednesday. And by the way, I wish all of you a happy new year. Bye-bye.